Are you relocating to the nation's capital but feeling overwhelmed by all the neighborhoods and trying to figure out which one is the right one for you? I've got you. As a Northern Virginia native, born and raised just outside of DC, I've lived all over the DC metro, and I've got the inside scoop to help you find the right neighborhood that suits your style and budget. And I'm gonna net all of this out for you in the next series of videos. I'll go over popular neighborhoods that young professionals flock to because of their vibe, and the cost to live there makes sense on an entry-level salary for Washington, DC. So get ready to experience the city with a local as we explore the hottest neighborhoods and hidden gems in the district. First up, I'm spilling the tea on one of the most popular and affordable neighborhoods for young professionals in DC. It's the Capitol Riverfront in the Navy Yard. And if you stick around until the end, I'll tell you exactly what you can expect to pay whether you're renting or buying in the area, and which part of town not to move to. Let's jump right in. For all you history enthusiasts out there, the area now known as the Capitol Riverfront holds a captivating past. Once the home to the Navy's oldest and largest shipbuilding facility, it witnessed the construction of an impressive fleet of 22 vessels ranging from small gunboats to the mighty 256-foot USS Minnesota. Beyond its role as a support facility, it served as a crucial strategic link in safeguarding our nation's capital. From the late 1800s through World War II, the Navy Yard area stood as a testament to its purpose. I'm barely scratching the surface here when it comes to all the history, but if you're curious, I encourage you to delve into the fascinating history. And guess what? The Naval Sea Systems Command still calls this area home, maintaining its headquarters there. I digress, but that's why you often hear this Navy referred to as the Navy Yard. So fast forward to today, and we've got ourselves a whole new ballgame. This once industrial neighborhood has blossomed into a thriving hub and now officially called the Capitol Riverfront, and truly a little slice of urban paradise. Throughout this video, I will be using Capitol Riverfront and Navy Yard interchangeably. This area is great for sports fans as it's home to the Nat Stadium and Audi Field, which means you can just soak up all that big ballpark energy. And if you're into pre-gaming, before game, there's a spot called the Bullpen right outside the Nat Stadium that's legendary. They also have live music at the Bullpen, nights when it's not being used by the ball game. One thing to note though, is that if you're expecting a historic Federal and Grecian feel for the architecture, you're not gonna get that in this part of town since it's all new and modern. Now let's talk about some of the practical stuff, like the grocery stores. You've got both Harris Teeter and Whole Foods in the area, so you can stock up on your kale and quinoa to your heart's content. There are also multiple CVS drugstores throughout the area as well. If you need to get around, the train station here is the Navy Yard Ballpark Metro. It's a green line and it'll get you anywhere else you want to go in the whole DMV area. Now, if you do have a car, you will have to drive at least to Capitol Hill to get some gas, but don't worry, it's a neighboring neighborhood and only a couple blocks away. Navy Yard is also bike friendly with bike lanes and bus routes that make it super easy to get around without a car. In fact, I think there's some conversation going on about being a bunch of cobblestone streets to discourage people from driving so that it's only exclusively a walkable town. Hey, if you like this video, hit the notification bell because you won't want to miss the next parts to the series where I'll go in depth about living in Columbia Heights and the H Street corridor. If you're coming to this part of town for a sporting event or to meet up with some friends, to shop and dine, you've got ample parking in the paid garages, and there's street parking, which you conveniently pay by minute on this app called Park Mobile app. And that app serves most of the DMV areas for that matter. These options, however, are not realistic for residents who live here. So if you're going to live in this area with a car, be prepared to spend about $200 per month to rent a parking space in a garage. In most parts of DC, if you're a resident and your vehicle is registered in the district, you can get a permit to park in your specified zone during overnight hours. However, DC is not offering permits for residents who are zoned in the Navy Yard, Capitol Riverfront area. I guess there's just not enough parking to accommodate the residents and the tourists coming in for the sporting events, etc. Now, if you're buying a new construction condo in the Navy Yard, you may have the option to purchase a parking spot in your building. The cost to buy your own, sometimes separately deeded parking spot in DC will run you about $20,000 to $30,000. But if you're buying a resale condo, meaning a condo that somebody is now selling, that comes with parking, it will be included with your sales price. If you don't have a car, there's always someone you could rent your spot to and make a couple extra bucks each month. If you want to hear more of the ins and outs of DC, like in general, you've got to go check out my DC pros and cons video where I go in depth as to why people love living here or why they can't stand living here. I spill the honest details that you won't find in any other pros and cons videos. Trust me, it's chock full of valuable DC related content that you absolutely don't want to miss. Now let's get to the juicy stuff, the housing. You can snag a sweet 700 plus square foot, 1 bedroom plus den for about $2,800 a month, which is pretty darn good for DC. Just be warned that this initial price that these leasing companies put out there is a teaser price, and the rent goes up significantly after the first year. So you might want to see if you can negotiate and secure a longer lease when you go to lease an apartment in the Navy Yard, or just be planning to figure out where you want to live in DC to buy after a year, because the price won't make sense anymore. And at the new price, you can easily own a property for the same cost that you're paying for rent. And if you're in the market to buy, you can snag a new or relatively new 1 bedroom condo for less than $500,000. I've had the pleasure of assisting numerous clients who chose to invest in the captivating 20003 zip code, which is encompassing the charming Capitol Hill and the Capitol Riverfront areas. What sets the locale apart is the reasonable condo fees compared to other parts in DC. With modern buildings, you won't be burdened by maintenance issues or outdated elevators. These energy efficient structures offer an incredible value, with condo fees currently ranging from $300 to $500 per month, depending on your living space. On top of that, residents enjoy a plethora of luxury amenities such as rooftop pools, fire pits, barbecue areas with stunning views of DC, serene yoga zen gardens, and even private dog parks. Right in the heart of it all, you'll find some truly remarkable residential buildings. The Avidian on Van Street, the West Half, which is on Half Street, and the Envy on N Street. These buildings truly have it all, with a direct view of the ballpark. It's an absolute dream if you're lucky enough to snag a higher floor. However, I must give you fair warning. There are some floors that face the direction of the ballpark, which you might want to avoid. I mean, it's a gorgeous view to see the whole ballpark right there, but after the games, it can get quite lively, as those passionate Caps fans definitely know how to keep the party going. Just a heads up. Did I mention it's super walkable, dog and kid friendly with 11 acres of parks? There's even a giant public water pool with dancing fountains at the Yards Park. There's events all year round, 365 unique events to be exact. They range from movie nights on the lawn to open air concerts or the infamous annual Mutt Madness. There's always something going on in the Navy Yard. If you've got a boat, there's the Yards Marina, and the James Creek Marina is around the corner from the Nats Park at Buzzard Point, which is right by Audi Field. Another exciting highlight you won't want to miss is the Half Street Central Farmers Market. It runs from May 6th through December 16th, rain or shine. Not only is it a place to explore the local fresh produce and indulge in ready-made meals, but it's also a pet-friendly destination, so you can bring your furry companion along for the fun. The Half Street Central Farm Market is a perfect weekend activity for the whole family. While you peruse the market's offerings, your little ones can enjoy engaged activities designed to keep them entertained, and make sure to carve out time to witness captivating chef demonstrations that will ignite your culinary inspiration. With something for everyone, this event is a must visit if you find yourself in town. Let's dive into the exciting food scene in this neighborhood. With over 57 restaurants to choose from, hunger is simply not an option here. Trust me when I say the dining experience in this little corner of DC is truly world class. If you're a fan of Mexican cuisine, because who isn't, you must check out El Bebe Tacos and Tequila, a local favorite. Their tacos are an explosion of flavors that will leave your mouth craving for more. As for me, I can't get enough of Taco City. A slightly more casual spot, their pan sole roja and queso fundido con chorizo is yummy. Now, if Italian food is more your jam, you gotta check out Osteria Morini. They serve up incredible dishes that will transport you straight to Italy. Oh, and we can't forget the beloved Blue Jacket Brewery, known for its outdoor patio and the perfect setting for a sunny day happy hour. Trust me, you'll be in for a delightful culinary journey in this food lover's paradise. And here's an exciting detail. The Southwest waterfront, which is just up the street, has also been recently revitalized. It's a smaller neighborhood than the Capitol Riverfront, but with the same vibrant atmosphere and picturesque views of the river. Better views of the river, in my opinion, is just a stone's throw away from the Navy Yard, adding another layer of charm and convenience to this already remarkable neighborhood. It's no wonder young professionals are flocking to this area. It's got all the urban amenities you could ask for, plus a touch of greenery and waterfront views. If you're still on the fence about relocating to the DC area and you're feeling a bit lost when it comes to navigating the city, fear not, I still have your back. Head over to Arlington Explained, where I've covered everything you need to know about DC's layout. If you want to get your feet wet and check out some real estate options in this part of town, Click the links below. There's one for current rental properties and one for current properties for sale in the Navy Yard area. If you have questions about Capitol Riverfront or any other DC or Virginia neighborhood for that matter, feel free to drop a comment. I'm always here to help, and I'd love to give you a tour of one of those properties too. Thanks for joining.